Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. And to my new subscribers, you are highly welcome. Okay, so in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to cut and sew this bubu gown. Okay, it's a beginners friendly tutorial. All right, so please don't forget to like my video, share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's dive into it. So guys, my ankara fabric is on, it's on fold. Okay, this is the back part folded into two. This is the front part also folded into two. Okay, and to achieve this fold, the width, okay, is the largest part of her body measurement, which is the round hip divided by 4. Then I added about 8 extra inches, or shoulder measurement plus the sleeve length you want, okay, for both sleeves. Add them together, and whatever it gives you, you divide by 2. So I had 34 inches divided by 2. That gave me 17 inches. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is to measure the length of this gown, and the length of the gown of this gown is 37 inches plus 2 extra inches for the hemming allowance. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is from this shoulder line here, and it's also going to be our starting line, okay, down to the bust line measurement, 10 inches. Okay, from the shoulder line to the waistline measurement, 16 inches, and to the hip line measurement, 22 inches. Okay, so I'll use my ruler, make the line visible enough. Okay, so the round bust measurement I'm working with is 38 inches divided by 4. That will give me 9.5 inches. Okay, so I'm placing that on the bust line measurements, on the bust line. Okay, plus 2 extra inches for ease and the sewing allowance. So on the waistline, the round waist measurement I'm working with is 34 inches divided by 4. That will give me 8.5. Okay, plus the same 2 extra inches. Okay, for ease and sewing allowance. So the round hip measurement I'm working with, it's 41 inches divided by 4. That will give me 10.25 inches. Okay, plus 2 inches hemming allowance and sewing allowance and for ease. Okay, so I'll measure what I have here. I'm having 12.25 inches. Okay, so I'll just be placing that here on the hem line. Okay, I hope you're following. So the same measurement I have on my hip line, okay, that is what I just repeated on the hem line. Okay, so the width for the back and the front, the width for the back and the front neckline, I'll be making use of 3 inches. The depth for the back neckline, I'll be making use of 1.5 inches. Okay, and the depth for the front neckline, I'll be making use of 4 inches. So I'll just connect with my curve ruler. Okay, this for the front neckline. Okay, and the back neckline also. Okay, so over here I'll be coming down by 1 inch, and that will be for the shoulder slope. Okay, so I'll just connect the 1 inch down to the upper neck width. Okay, and so for the armhole, I'll be making use of 8.5 inches. Okay, so I'll just draw a straight line to meet with the bust line measurement. Okay, after which I'll use my ruler and connect all of this together. Remember, it's curvy here, it's not straight. Okay, and so for the front neckline, okay, remember it has an opening at the center front. Okay, so from the neck depth here, I'll just be coming down by 3 inches. Okay, 3 inches. So after cutting out the neckline, I'll just be making an opening only for the front neckline. Okay, down to this 3 inches. All right, the next thing I'll do is to cut this out. Okay, and before I forget, from here I'll just use my free hand and make a curve. Okay, to meet with the bust line measurement. Okay, this is all for the drafting of the bubu gown. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is to cut out the pockets. I'll be cutting out 10 inches. Okay, length 10 inches, and the width also 10 inches. Okay, so next up, we'll be drafting out the facing. Okay, so I'll just fold my fabric like so. So this is the front part of the bubu gown. Okay, you can see the opening I was talking about. You can still make yours deeper if you want. No? Don't want to waste my fabric. You can see I'm folding this into 2. Okay, so from here, the neck width, I will just measure 3.5 inches. Okay, and from this opening here, I'll just come down by 2.5 inches. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so all I need to do is just trace. Okay, I'll just trace like so. And I'll cut this out. So from here I'll just use my free hand and make a curve. So I will not be opening the center front of this facing, okay, until I'm done sewing it on the fabric. Okay, so I'm just repeating the same thing for the back neckline. Okay, only that the depth of the facing for the back neckline is 4.5 inches. So this is the facing for the back neckline. So guys, the next thing we'll do is to sew the facing, okay, on the fabric. This is the front part of the fabric. Okay, so I'll place my facing like so, right side facing the right side. Okay, and I'll turn it this way. Okay, I'll take this over to my machine. Okay, I'll make sure it's in place. I'll sew 1/2 inch like so. Okay, all the way through this opening like so and like so. Okay, after which I will also be hemming this lower part. Okay, I'll just fold it a little bit, about 1/2 inch to, and sew round. Okay, same thing for the back. Okay, same thing for the back. Right side facing right side. Okay, I'll also be sewing 1/2 inch round like so. Then I'll be hemming the lower part of the interfacing. Okay, so guys, this is what we'll have after sewing. Okay, this is the front part. So don't forget to notch. Okay, so it will make it easier for you to turn this over to the right side. Okay, and I'll be opening this place up. Okay, open it up to where you stitched. Okay, and I'll flip it over to the wrong side. Okay, So this is my hemming gum. Okay, this is my hemming gum. So what I'll do next is I'll just arrange it like so. So that this will be relaxed, okay? So that the facing will be relaxed on the fabric. The next thing we'll be doing is I'll take this over to my machine. You can see the right sides facing each other, okay? So I'll be joining the shoulders, okay? Also 1/2 inch this way and 1/2 inch also this way, okay? So guys, after joining the shoulders, so I'll be turning the fabric over to the right side like so, because we'll be working on the front part to fix in our pockets, okay? I'll also be folding this front part into 2 again. So from the shoulder line here, okay, remember the pocket is on the left hand side of the fabric, okay? So from the shoulder line here, I'll just be marking out my half length, which is 16 inches, okay? The line is going to be very faint because I don't want to stain the fabric. Then on the center front here, the center line, okay, I'll be going in by 1/2 inch, okay? And this is my pocket. I already used iron to fold the sides, okay? And I ran a straight stitch on this part that is going to be left open, okay? So what I'll do, I'll just bring the pocket like so. I'll be placing it on the 1/2 inch from the center front and on the 16 inches half length, okay? I'll secure that with my pin. I'll open up like so. Secure with my pin, okay? So I'll take this to my machine, then run a stitch like so, and like so, okay? So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you the next step. So this is the pocket after sewing. I actually reduced the width of this pocket because I found out it was too wide. So here I'm having 7.2 inches in width and in length 7.6 inches, okay? So please take note of this. So the next thing we'll be working on is the sleeves, okay? So I'll just take this to the machine, okay? I will make my first fold about 1/2 inch, then it's just going to be a double fold, okay, then another half an inch like so, okay, after which I will run a straight stitch. Okay, I'll be doing that for both sleeves. All right, so guys, these are my sleeves. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is to turn this over to the wrong side. Okay, like so. Then from the armhole here, I will run half an inch down to the lower part of the bubu gown. Okay, I'll be doing that on both sides. Guys, this is what we'll have after sewing the sides. Okay, so lastly, we'll be hemming the lower part of this gown. Okay, I'll just be folding about an inch, okay, and stitch round. All right guys, so with this we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you all for watching. Remain ever blessed. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye.